to the TED Ed podcast, where we delve into the issues that shape our daily lives and drive our productivity. We confront topics that matter deeply to all of us, from healthcare and affirmative action to voting rights and monetary success and failure. We cover it all. And yes, we dive into the complex world of politics, exploring how our country has evolved from slavery to the 21st century. Our content is crafted with care and expertise, drawing from years of experience in these critical areas. We invite you to give the TED Ed podcast a listen. You won't be disappointed. Share your thoughts with friends and confidants, and don't forget to like, comment, and share our episodes. Your engagement helps us grow and reach more listeners. Are you passionate about these topics? Do you have unique insights to share? You could be one of our guest speakers. Drop us a line, send an email, or leave a comment. All requests will be considered. Join us on this journey of exploration and understanding. This is the TED Ed Podcast. Thank you, and enjoy the show.
It's a real funny thing, man, that the viewpoint of these kids and stuff, man, in their 20s and 30s and stuff and everything about what happened is real strange, man. I was talking to my two nephews and stuff and everything, and I asked them both and everything what they felt about the election. And one of the things that came out was the fact that why didn't Biden quit before he did? They didn't understand why he didn't quit before May when he after he had the the interview and stuff with Trump, and he looked real bad and stuff on there. And they said, why didn't he quit earlier? And if you wanted to give her a chance to run, he should have did this a lot sooner than he did. And I'm sitting there just thinking to myself, he said, what are these kids looking at? Because, and then it dawned on me that they are young folks, Ted, and they haven't been out there in this world of politics very long. And part of their life and everything is not consisting of politics until you have the election to come. And then that's when they are getting active and they get involved and stuff in it. And they have no background and stuff into how politics work. And I had to explain to them, I said, well, you have to go back to 2016 when Hillary ran for the presidency. I said, in politics, usually whoever is the sitting president, when they finish up their, if they win for, if they keep two terms and stuff, usually the vice president is the next person in line to run for the presidency. I said, but after Obama term had ended, they bypassed him. And they bypassed him because they figured that he was kind of old and getting old and didn't um, wasn't going to be a good pick and everything. And Hillary had already ran against Obama, so they just turned around and gave her the mantle and everything and said, okay, it's your turn now to do it because you ran against me, so now you take over. And being Secretary of State and everything, she was the likely person other than Biden, so they just looked over Joe. So when Joe ran again, when Hillary lost and everything, and they finally said, "Well, we're gonna let Joe run," and they picked him out, and really didn't let the people pick him out. So I think Joe was kind of pissed off that he wanted to have his whole 8 years. Fuck them. So it was a little arrogance there with him and him, and the fact that the people around him and stuff hid the fact that he was getting a little old, a little senile, and they were hoping that they can get him through. And then I had to go back to RR. I said this stuff had happened before. So Ronald Reagan ran for president. This is before you guys were born, and so some of you guys and stuff, mothers and stuff, with babies and stuff there when this happened. So uh, they covered up his illness, and he finished out his second term and everything in dementia. And they, when he finished out his office, they took him back to California. So I guess they were thinking that they can do the same thing with Biden, that he can make it through this second term election, but he couldn't do it because he was failing. His health was failing. So I think they kind of understood after I explained that all to them, but they also were kind of be curious and stuff about why Kamala didn't win, because they said most of their people and stuff didn't like Trump. He said our friends and stuff, we didn't like Trump, but they said one thing that we got involved in ourselves and stuff too, Ted. They said that uh, they were very, 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 as young folks, concerned about the fact that the United States was supporting Israel against the Palestinians. And a lot of their friends and stuff and everything felt very, very, very sympathetic and stuff toward the Palestinians, and they were wondering why the administration was just giving the Israelis and stuff all of the military equipment and all the might. They were giving them monies and stuff and everything, and just kind of ignoring the Palestinians who were being slaughtered. So it was curious, man, their take and stuff on the election, and I was that was one of the questions that I had to talk to them about, and I was, man, it didn't dawn on me. I said, well, maybe we made a mistake and everything. A Democrat made a mistake to um, kind of fully explain to that generation and stuff what was going on. So, man, it was over an hour. We talked and everything. So, you
Well,
want to go ahead?
the only thing is that, and we want to thank people for listening, and those people that watch and don't click on that they like the show or they steal our ideas. That's okay. You can steal our ideas because we got a lot of stuff we talk about. But the thing is that, when you talk about Biden, to me, where he made his mistake, he had just got off the plane and he knew that he had that debate with Trump. So he figured, hey, he was cocky. Oh, I could beat this guy. But he wasn't mentally ready. So Trump dumped all over him.
Mm-hmm.
That was his demise.
Mm-hmm.
He should have canceled either the travel that he went to, which was an overnight emergency. I think it was to Israel or somewhere. And then came right there and did the debate. He wasn't ready. And plus he was sick. He had a cold. And he should have canceled. But he was cocky. And Biden is a cocky person. He might seem like he come off, storytelling and all that, but he's very cocky. And he got his butt handed to him. But I'm gonna tell you, that man has done a lot in those 4 years. He saved this country, just like Barack Obama. So I'm not gonna dog him. I'm not gonna put him down. Uh, you know, Dementia. I don't know. When you get old, you get slow. Your movements are slow. Your thoughts are slow. You sort of kind of take your time, everything you do. At least you should. But I want to talk about our. Ronald Reagan. Do you remember Ben Vereen?
To who?
Ben Vereen,
Ben Vereen, yeah, yeah. He's
singer,
an
actor.
actor, yeah, actor and dancer.
Yeah, he did a dance for Reagan. Do you remember?
Mm-mm.
In blackface. I'll never forget it.
Ben didn't need to put on the black face. He was already black.
I said he did a dance for Ronald Reagan in blackface and red lipstick. This dude, and then turned around after he finished doing the dance and looked Ronald Reagan dead in the face. What was he saying, bro? Because he knew Ronald Reagan, that he was a prejudiced person, didn't care for black people. Because he lived in California. He knew what Reagan was about. And Ronald Reagan he was shook. Why did he do that to me? Perform that? Because, see, they thought he was a stepping fetcher. He said that put out a message. Do you remember Al Jolson?
I remember Al Jolson. Yep.
Well, that's his generation, bro. That was his
Right. I know.
generation.
I know.
That was Reagan's generation. All of these black faces, these white men dressing as black men, thinking that they can dance like black people and all of that mess.
Stepping fetchings.
So the point is that the reason why I'm bringing this up is what is going on right now as far as our stepping fetchings, our coons, our uh, Uncle Toms, lack of a better word, Sambos.
Well, if you really look at it, Ted, you got some white folks out there doing the same thing.
Absolutely.
They out there doing the same thing. I mean, these folks are billionaires, and they are doing that, acting like Al Jolson, Stephen Fetching, and blackface and all that, and giving my money to the king,
Yeah.
or bringing the king our gifts.
Yeah.
Almost, and I hate, man, being a historian and stuff and everything, man, I always got to look back in time and stuff and history lessons and stuff and everything and see some of the things that are similar to what the heck is going on and stuff now. And most folks and stuff who are historians and stuff realize that this was happening in the Roman Empire. They had the king or whoever he was, and people went outside the country or inside, brought their gifts and everything, and put it before the feet of the
Yeah.
pharaoh, yeah, and the kings. So, are we getting back to that same era? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I can't possibly say it and everything because we are in a different era and everything. But they always tell me is that history repeats itself.
Well, when you
So
think
have we
about it,
reached that time? Because if you look back at the downfall of the Roman Empire and stuff and everything, it was when these guys were screwing these boys and having sex with them and having all kind of deviant stuff going on, and these fat suckers and stuff laying around there and everything. They control all the power and all the money, and they had all the poor people down there that they use as slaves. So I don't know.
Well, let me tell you why I brought it up.
Go ahead.
The big controversial is Mississippi, one of those black colleges, band was invited by Trump to come down and perform in the
At the
inauguration.
inauguration? Oh, okay. Which band was this?
One of the colleges in Mississippi,
Which one? You don't know?
the one that Jerry Rice went to, graduated from.
Mississippi Valley State.
There you go.
Okay.
So they was invited, but they're not paying for their expenses. So they go on national TV or the internet, say we got to raise a certain amount of money so we get there. And man, every black person, one on one side and one on the other. This is an opportunity in a lifetime. They should raise money to go because then they can see their wares is better for the school. Then other people say, why should you go to this person? This man don't like no black people. So you got all kinds of both sides, people just criticizing them for going and want to go. And those are people that say they shouldn't go. I don't have the answer.
I do.
Okay, go with it.
My answer to it is Mississippi Valley State ought to stay right where they at. Because not only do have these HBCU schools have allowed people like Donald Trump to abuse them, they've allowed other schools to abuse them in the same manner when they've been asked to go to some of these big time schools and stuff and play have their team play football there. These schools and stuff do not give them anything. They don't offer them any travel. They don't offer them anything. And that was one of the things that really pissed off Deion Sanders when he came down to Jackson State. That that the conference was allowing this stuff to happen. That these kids and stuff were trying to perform and get into that upper arena, but they were not being compensated in everything for them coming there. There's a compensation package. If Trump invited them and stuff to go, then he should have paid for them to go. And it ain't because he ain't got any money. He's already pulled in what, $200 million. He can't give that school $1 million if he wants them to come there and play. They should demand that. If you're going to want to come there to play, buddy, where the money? Where is the money? If you can't give me no
Well,
money, I can't show up.
well, you just answered my question.
Yeah.
Is it Coonan?
If they're going to pay for the money and give them something and allow them to come out there on that national stage, then fine. And the college and everything should acknowledge that. Well, we're going because it's an experience for our children.
Well, okay then.
And
So
yes,
you're saying that it's okay to go as long
if
as
they
they're being
as
compensated
long as they are being compensated for what they're doing.
and first class,
Yes, sir.
first
First
class
class.
treatment.
First class. They need to go there in first class. Treat them just like they need to be treated. And go
Because
and
you
do
could have
what
got
they're
a white
supposed
man
to
to do
do.
that. If
Go and
you wanted a band,
go and do what you do and do it good and show what the heck going on. But you also and stuff by going there and stuff to make them pay for you going there and what that does. And and I know that you're going to have people say you shouldn't go no matter what. If they pay you or not, you shouldn't go. Well, these folks are entertainers. They're like actors. They're like most big time actors.
non-partial.
Right. They are non-partial folks. They are actors. They are being paid to do a job. And that's it. That's their job. They are performing and stuff and everything for pay.
Well, there's some serious people out there, man,
Yeah,
saying that they shouldn't even
it's
participate.
you need to if it he the inauguration is going to go off anyway. People are going to know, and they are going to see what the heck is happening. Everybody, Ted, knows, just like you were saying the other day and stuff. People are getting buyer's remorse and stuff for this whole daggone thing. But there are folks out there who giving their money up and everything to be a part of their inauguration because, as Judge Marchand said when he sentenced that Negro yesterday, he said, "I'm not doing this because of you. You committed a crime. I'm doing this because of the office that you were holding. I respect that office more than I do you.
Mm.
This is the office of the President of the United States." He said, "I have more respect for it to than anything. And you're going there, and it is because of that." And I thought that was a damn good statement on his part. That it wasn't because of him, because he was a criminal, a felon, but it's because of the office that you were getting ready to go into that he feels more about that office than he does him. And so, because of that, that's why he gave him that light sentence. If he had not been going to the office, he'd actually been going to jail. And the Negro is so daggone defiant that he steady saying, "I didn't do nothing wrong. This is a political hunt, witch hunt to get me. But the people put me back in office." Oh,
I got one more thing.
go ahead.
The big fire in California.
Yes, sir.
7,500 personnel helping to fight the historic and destructive Southern California wildfires. You
Yes,
know who they
sir.
are?
There are people from all some of them western states, Utah and some other places.
Prisoners.
Oh yeah, they got prisoners to do that. California is the only state that I know of that allow prisoners to be firefighters.
You know how
When
much
they
they
have,
make in a day?
they probably not give them anything.
Between $5.80 and $10.24 per day.
That's a lot of money, cousin.
Additional pay provided during emergencies and in other circumstances. Many have been hurt, wounded.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It has been said that they have saved the country in these types of services over $9 billion
Mm-hmm.
using slave labor,
Mm-hmm.
because that's what it is,
Mm-hmm.
basically.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to dignify it as though it's, and like slave labor, is a term, but it's not really slave labor because we know slave labor is way much more gruesome.
Mm-hmm.
But you can compare it to that.
Mm-hmm.
So $5.80 a day,
Mm-hmm.
and they probably glad to get it.
They're glad, absolutely glad. They're glad to get it. They're glad to get out, and they're glad to be out in the open air and doing something
They say
honorable.
that these men are trained. I mean, these are men, going out there firefighting. They was trained. That means they had to get in shape for these types of positions because they're going up in mountains,
Mm-hmm.
climbing hills, all of that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. And like I said, California's been doing that for a long time. All these forest fires that they have out there, they bring in those prisoners and stuff there to help them to fight those forest fires. And that's why they're being trained. They have special units and stuff in these prisons and stuff and everything for these guys. They spend a lot of
And
money and
that's the
time
reason
for
why
them.
they don't
Yeah.
have enough real firefighters. They don't want to hire them.
Did you see on the news and stuff yesterday that they're blaming Mayor Bass and stuff and everything because of a budget cut and everything of something like what $10 million budget cut that they couldn't respond to the fire in the Palisades because of that $10 million budget cut she put across?
Yeah,
Girlfriend is catching hell, man.
yeah,
Her and Gavin, they catching hell.
yeah.
And they blaming the people, and not only from the Republicans coming in there talking about it because of DEI, they own folks and stuff who are politicians. They catching hell. They own daggone fire department people, the chief fire department. Yeah, they did it. Her budget cut did it. Instead of taking responsibility for your actions, lady. So what? You got a budget cut. You accepted the budget cut and everything, and if there's a budget cut going on, Ted, you know something is going to come lacking in a budget cut. You cut the budget, something's going to be lacking. Just like these summer guns over there in Congress and stuff. As soon as Trump get in there, they talking about cutting the budget.
Well, think about this. Why do you think she cut the budget? Because you
Because
know
they
why?
didn't have the money.
No, well, no. Well, not only that, the point is they know they had those prisoners that they can use. But they
They
didn't
had the
know it was
what?
going to be as devastating as this. Because, usually you go, California, usually every year they have these big fires.
Big fires, right.
And they
Mostly,
use those people and
mostly
they
in the
pay them,
forest. Right.
yeah, they go out there and they do that and they say, well, everything is good because we know that we got these people, we got 5,000 people that we can use or 900 or 1,000, whatever. So they figure that they can get by. But this time it didn't work, did it?
Did not work.
Now, she probably wanted to use that money because, she had a whole initiative of getting rid of homelessness in California,
Mm-hmm.
at least in LA County.
Mm-hmm. And they bashing her all over the head because of those budget cuts. Everybody around her they
Well,
using
the
her.
firefighters, they evil too, just like those police officers.
Right. They're using her as a target. Don't blame
Because
me, blame her.
they can lack a response and take their time and do whatever they got to do because they cut their salary, probably cut a lot of their time, overtime, and all that.
Mm-hmm. And the sad part about it, Ted, is a lot of people is believing that crap. She caused that problem, and she might lose her job because of that.
Well, she got 4
She only
years.
well, she's already into her second or third year now.
Well, the guy that she ran against, a multi-billionaire.
Right.
He was all on radio, dogging her. So there might be a issue for him to get elected the next time around.
Absolutely. Because that's what they got over there, Ted. It's going to take a long time, man, to get to fix that stuff up. A long time. They looking at a lot of years and stuff to get them places anywhere near back to where they should be. There's a lot of devastation over there, man. A lot of houses being burnt, a lot of expensive houses being burnt. A lot of folks and stuff had a lot of things inside those
Well,
homes.
I know California.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something about California. These multimillionaires and billionaires, and I'm gonna tell you something, bro. They gonna build that thing up in a matter of a year.
Nah, it ain't gonna happen.
Okay, you see.
That ain't gonna happen.
Ted Harvey just said it.
Not gonna happen.
Them houses gonna be going up as soon as they clean that mess up. California, I'm gonna tell you something, man. One thing about California, housing is everything to these people. Their cars and their homes is everything. And I'm telling you right now, that stuff gonna be cleaned up and they're gonna do all the things that's got to be done. In about a year and a half, it'll be right back.
Not going to
Tell
happen.
them, okay.
Not in a year. Not in a year. It's not going to happen.
I say a year and a half is gonna be
It's
all
going to take them at least two,
built
3 years,
back up.
Ted, to get that thing back to anywhere near where it was supposed to be. Uh, it's
Yeah, if
it,
people sabotage it.
no, I ain't talking about sabotaging. You have to think about the enormity, Ted, of what the heck had happened there in that place. Those places were they have almost what they said 56 square miles of devastation and stuff and everything. That's a lot, man. You talking a lot of concrete. You talking a lot of infrastructure that's going to have to be rebuilt and everything. You're going to have to start talking about uh, in the infrastructure. You got to have to get sewer lines, newer sewer lines put back in there. All kinds of stuff put in there, and your power lines got to come back up in there. You got to get that, and then you're going to have to get the building materials and stuff in there to do what you got to do. There's got to be planning going on. Somebody got to sit down there, and they ain't got enough damn people to sit down there and do all that work all of a sudden. It's gonna take a lot, man, to get that thing back to where it's supposed to be. And it's gonna take them more than a year or two. I'm telling you, man, that they're gonna probably, I mean, about 2 years, they're gonna have some of the stuff going up. But a lot of that stuff, man, it's gonna take a lot longer than that. That devastation is bad. 56 square miles, that's a big area. You talking a huge amount of area. Yes, they might have it all cleaned up, go in there and bulldoze the stuff down, move all that stuff around and everything, but then you got to sit down there and have, oh man, yeah, that's just, there's no way they're gonna get that shit, all that stuff done, man, no year and a half. No way. They're probably gonna put a good foot forward because they got money, but they're not gonna be able to get it all done. I'm telling you, man. It's no.
I know California, bro. I'm telling you.
They are not going to get all that stuff done, Ted, in that short of a period of time. My mind is sitting down and trying to
Two
figure
years,
out
that
that
stuff
shit
will
going
be
to
all
happen.
right back where it was.
Mm-mm. Gonna take a long. Gonna take at least
And
a
the
two.
people with no money,
Some of them.
people that don't get their money and what have you. Yeah, it's gonna be some people knocked out of the box, but I would say 75% of those people, everything is gonna be set up.
No way.
Because I can tell you right now, they're gonna have fundraisers. They're gonna have millions of dollars that's gonna be given to individuals to get their homes back in order.
It's not the money, Ted, that's gonna be causing them problems. It is the building back of what they need to get built. That's the problem gonna cause. I'm not. The money is probably gonna. Yes, it's there. Probably enough people got money. It's not the money that's going to cause it. It is the time and the effort and the planning that it's going to take to get that stuff back to where it's supposed to be. That's what's going to take the time, the planning and the building.
Okay. What else you got?
Ah, Midwest, my farmers.
I saw that article. I saw that.
Now, that really took me by surprise, Ted. That really did.
That
And
means
and the fact that they have representatives in those states, Nebraska, Iowa, and some of the other farming states around them, and their representatives are allowing John Deere to do what they're doing to their people. It's taking
well,
them,
Ed, you have to look at what John Deere was going through.
Mr. Smith has just resigned.
Attorney,
Jack Smith,
yeah,
the co, the U.S. attorney, he put in his resignation. He resigning.
I thought he was
Uh,
going to do the overview of Trump.
just well, it just popped through. He's taking his resignation. He's put it in. He's resigning. Just popped up.
So that was 4 years or nothing.
Mm. Yep, probably. The only thing that they're gonna probably be able to do and stuff is to get their report out. That's about it.
He ain't going to bother to even come
It's
up and read it.
it's it's a foregone conclusion, Ted, that they're gonna cover that stuff up, and it's not gonna come back to light until after that man is out of office or he's dead. And all this mess that he's done gonna come forth because he's gonna do everything he can to cover that stuff up and to hide everything that he has done. And it is it's it's a devastating fact that he has opportunity now as a president to do that. But we're going to have to take some gratitude about the fact and stuff that they allowed him to be convicted and stuff, and he's a felon and all that he was trying to stop. But the rest of that stuff that's going on, they're going to cover that crap up, and he is probably never going to uh, be convicted or serve any time and stuff for what the heck he done. He done got away with it, and that's a horrible thing to see that somebody can get away with a crime. But I really don't expect him to even be in office for them 4 years because I don't believe he can make it. Somebody said something, Ted, uh, when Jimmy Carter passed away. He had told his family and stuff that he did not want to not have any one of the presidents to come to his funeral like some of the other folks did, like John McCain did. You can't come here. We don't want you. His children and stuff requested that he come, but he could not do anything political there at his funeral. Nothing to denigrate him at all. They did not allow him to speak or say anything as the incoming president. But the humiliation that they gave him at that funeral is going to last for a long time. And some of the commentary that came out of that whole daggone thing and the people who were around him said that man had an odor on him. He stunk. He smelled bad. And they thought it might have been his diaper he was wearing. He got a diaper on. He fill that diaper up. I don't believe this man is going to make it, man, through these 4 years. There's something wrong with him, and they can't cover that up because you can't keep on doing what he has done to his body and be able to sustain that. Now, they can do whatever they can and jack him up or whatever, but I don't believe that old boy is going to be strong enough. I believe his mind is going. His mind is going. And we're going to see it probably in the next year or two and everything. The devastation going to happen, and they're going to probably hide him out. And they will not let him come back out, even though he might try to come back out and make a fool out of himself. Because some of that stuff, Ted, that he was saying does not make any sense at all. I'm going to take over Greenland. I'm going to rename the Gulf of Mexico. We might want to make Canada the 51st state. Who in their right mind would going to be saying stuff like that? But The extra resist all of this whole daggone stuff is that the news media is trying to figure out how it can happen. Instead of them looking at it and say, oh,
Yeah, let me ask you a question.
go ahead.
Who's over Puerto Rico?
United States is a commonwealth.
Who's over the Caribbean islands?
The who?
Caribbean islands.
Which one? They got a bunch of Caribbean islands. They have their own autonomy. Now, if you're talking about the U.S. Virgin Islands, yeah, the U.S. That's one of their commonwealth. They can't vote, but that's a commonwealth. Just like
Who's over the D.C.?
D.C. and stuff is Washington D.C. The Congress and stuff controls the funding that goes to the Washington D.C. the city.
They don't have representation.
They don't have no representation. They got somebody who's sitting there, but they don't have a vote.
That's right.
Yeah, Sister Holmes and stuff
Now
sit
think
there.
about. I want you to think about this. This right here is not a, and this is not a Trump revelation. This is a thing that you have to realize is what's going on in the world. Who's taking over Africa?
Well, there are several countries that are trying to come into Africa. They got China's coming in there, and Russia is starting to come up in there. Yes, sir. They're starting to come in there.
This is about territory. This is about resources. Now, China don't have a problem with Africans because they don't allow African people to come into their country. So the thing that you have to realize is that there are people that's under the table is about taking over territory. We tried to take over Iraq, Afghanistan, try to make them whatever. Couldn't do it. We tried to take over Vietnam. Couldn't do it. This is all about taking over the world. That's the big picture. So now, whether you feel as though it's not a good idea, this is all about resources.
I think you misunderstood me when I said what I said.
Oh, I understood exactly what you said, but do you understand what I'm saying? Because China is not in Africa because they love the Africans. They're doing what they're doing because they want the resources.
But you don't hear people saying that they are going to take over a country outside of their borders, outside of our borders. You don't hear China saying, I'm going to come in and take over a country in Africa.
China don't work like that.
I know that. And Russia didn't either. They don't come in there and say, I'm taking over the country in Africa and stuff and everything. This man said, I'm taking this country. I'm going in there with my military and I'm going to take this country over.
That's right. But
I'm going to go.
What is Russia doing right now? What is Russia doing right now?
Well, that was Ukraine was a part of Russia anyway.
But
not very many years ago, it was a part of Russia.
They were independent.
But Greenland was not a part of the United States. Never has been.
Resources.
That has nothing to do with resources.
You know, there's two companies right now that's in Greenland right now.
Denmark is probably has more authority to do anything in Greenland than anybody does. Trump has no business going there, and it's a pipe dream for him to even think about doing that. That stuff is crazy. there is no resources and stuff up there in Greenland that he can get that is going to be valuable and stuff for him. If anything, that 51st state thing might have been a valuable thing because Canada got a hell of a lot of more resources than Greenland even thought about having. We aren't going to be, there is some oil and stuff up there underneath that they're going to see up there, that the North Sea, that is probably viable to get, but it's going to cost them an arm and a leg to try to get it. And we got enough daggone oil and stuff right here in our own country. We producing more oil now than they ever done.
Well, we only got so many gallons of oil that's that's available.
As you can see, Saudi Arabia has got a huge oil reserve, but their profits and stuff now are falling down, and they know that in just a few more years and stuff, they cannot depend on oil as a resource and stuff to bring money to their country because climate change has created some problems and stuff there that they know, and people are going to renewable energies. They are not, this is not going to be a fossil fuel world in the next 10 years. So that oil don't mean anything.
I hear you talking.
Okay. Okay. Now,
I hear you talking.
The country of Russia has a huge amount of natural resources and stuff there that they can deal with. Huge amounts of gas reserve that they can send over, and Europe is dependent upon that gas coming out of Russia to heat their country up. They have a lot more resources there than they do there in Africa. The only thing that I believe that reason why Russia is going to go over there and everything because they want to get a little toehold into their country so they don't get boxed out by China or some of the other countries around it. They're trying to get into those African countries.
APG.
So back to what we were talking about.
G. N. P.
Mm-hmm.
John Deere. The green machines. I understand the fact that John Deere, who is, I'm pretty sure we probably know that their home office is based out of where? Rockford, Illinois. I'm pretty sure that's where they at, that their home base is at, up there in Rockford. And they have been in the farm implement business for a long time.
They're in Mexico now.
Yeah, John Deere, and I think there's two other large companies and stuff now that are into the farm equipment business and stuff and everything. But I think John Deere is one of the largest ones. But the fact that and their equipment that these farmers use and stuff is very expensive, and they have taken a lot of their farm equipment from the point to where once the farmer buys the equipment, he inevitably felt that he had a right to repair it because he owns the equipment. He bought it, he owns it. Well, now John Deere is telling the farmers and stuff, yes, you bought the equipment, but we still own it. So you can't even repair it if it breaks down. Now, that is some crazy stuff.
And that was in the contract that they signed.
They don't let, and you cannot let a third party even work on it. They have proprietary software that runs that machine. If anything on it breaks down, you have to go into their proprietary software and figure out what the hell is wrong with it. And they won't allow them to do it.
Okay, let me ask you a question. In that video, did you see that old tractor that he had?
Oh yeah, I saw it, man. That old boy jumped on that baby and said, "This thing hasn't been started up in 3 months." And he went in there, he started right up.
Well, that was a regular John Deere, which was amazing
Yeah, I mean,
25 years ago.
he said that thing, it hasn't started up in 3 months. I couldn't believe it. It didn't even crank over 4 or 5 times. As soon as he hit the key, that baby started up.
Ed,
Go ahead.
listen. You remember the tractors that we had back in the 60s and 70s?
No, I don't, Ted, because I didn't drive no tractors.
Well, I used to drive a tractor because, you know, I was a future farmer of America.
I know you was an FFA.
And let me tell you, the only thing it had was them little narrow reels in the front and the 2 big ones in the back. And you cultivate, you plow,
yeah, you
and that was it.
Yeah,
It was just like a car.
Yeah.
And you just had the rotaries in the back to do the cultivating. You had the planters in the back. Here's the thing. Those farmers had so much land. It took them hours to do that because those rows were so long. And they were in the hot sun. They put umbrellas on top of it. You know, they made it where they can put umbrellas, but that didn't do. So then what they did was say, hey, we're gonna make you a little cabinet and put some air conditioning in there. You got a little radio, blah, blah, blah. So that'll make it nicer. Then they wanted something better. Well, we need something better. We need to be able to, you know, track stuff and all that. And they wanted computers and they thing. So they accommodated them.
Mm-hmm.
This is what you want. This is what you're gonna get.
Mm-hmm.
So now they got these electronics that almost drive by themselves. They drive by itself. All they got to do is just be in it.
They didn't got to worry about nothing. That machine takes care of everything. The farmer. Don't you remember one of the farmers got up in there? He's in the cabin, and he said, "I don't have to do nothing but sit up in here." And he was saying to the audience and stuff, "I don't even have to be in the cabin. This thing drives itself. It does everything by itself. I don't even have to be here."
Now here's the thing. He gonna complain about them making money. And when his machine breaks down, because he don't want to renew that machine or get it serviced properly, because he's saying that I don't want to pay that $2,000 or $5,000.
Well,
now they already said that he makes hundreds of thousands of dollars for his crop.
Well,
that's the cost of business.
No, that is not.
That is the cost of business, bro.
You
want all of these. You want
all
of this electronic stuff. You want all of this IT stuff. You want everything to run right, but you don't want to pay for it.
They paid for it when they bought it. Their thing is, and I absolutely agree with them.
Wait a minute.
If you buy something, it belongs to me, not you.
Wait a minute. You got a car.
Absolutely.
I ain't putting your business in the street. I'm just going to put somebody else. You got a brand new car.
Absolutely.
I mean, a 2024, 25.
Absolutely.
And everything on it is electronic and everything.
Absolutely.
I'm used to working on my own car, but it's too technical and all of this mechanisms, everything is done computerized.
Right.
You have to get that car serviced when they say get serviced.
Absolutely. I'm going to get it serviced.
But you own that car.
I own it.
But
and I can take it to whoever I want
on that car.
Yes, I can if I want
Yeah,
to.
you can work on that car, but what's
And I
going to
can
happen
hit,
is,
John Deere will not even let a third party work on the car. It has to come to a John Deere dealer for them to work on it. That's my problem. It's my vehicle. It's my combine. I should be
well,
able to take
here's
it
the
to
thing.
whoever I want to so they can repair it or do the work on it,
Here's the thing.
or let me have access to that software so
Here's
I
the
can
thing
fix the
is,
daggone thing
I
myself.
understand all of that. I understand all of that. But here's the thing. I sell you a tractor that I built, and I sell it to you for $200,000.
Yep.
You bought it $200,000.
Yep.
I put all the bells and whistles on it that you wanted.
Yep.
I'm only going to sell about, let's just say, 10,000
Yep.
nationwide.
Right.
And those tractors going to last at least 3 to 5 years or longer.
Right.
I ain't making no more money, bro.
So.
Because there's only so many farmers.
So.
You
So
get the
what?
picture. You get the picture. The
No,
picture
I don't
is,
get no
is
picture.
that, hey, I
You
got to
don't get
keep
no
making
picture.
money for my stockholders.
I don't get no picture.
The picture is this. Here's the picture. The picture is that if you want your machine to be running perfectly,
I
then
can
you
get
got
my
to have
machine.
experts.
I can get my machine running perfectly on my own. Now, if I want to take it back to the John Deere dealership, I should be free to do that if I want to. I don't
Right, if
have to
you
take
want
it
to.
back to the John Deere dealership.
But the
That's
point
just
is,
like
you didn't have
my
these,
car. I
you
don't
didn't have
take my
these,
car. I don't
wait a
take
minute,
my car back
wait a
to the
minute.
dealer to get
You
it
didn't
fixed.
have these no trained people. Now, some of the things they probably can fix, but you had some of these no trained people coming in there working on stuff and don't know what they're doing.
I got people when I take
Now
my
that it
car to
made
get
the
it fixed,
problem worse.
they gonna know what people that I take my car to
They
know
made the
what they
problem
doing.
worse.
And
And now,
they don't make the problem worse. My car gets fixed.
no, they can fix the little minor stuff.
No,
But the point
they
is
can tell.
the big
I
stuff that
got
they can't
I
fix.
didn't have my motor taken apart and completely take the whole head off the motor and rebuild
Oh,
it
you
and put
can't
it back
compare your
together.
car to no doggone $200,000, $300,000 tractor.
Yes, I can. Nope, you got some. Nope, the farmers out there ain't dummies. They've been working on their equipment for many
All I'm
years.
saying is a price for luxury. He wanted that luxury. He got
Yes,
it.
he did, and he can
They
fix the
built it for
luxury
the
the way he
farmers.
want to fix it.
They
And he
built
bought
it for the
he
farmers for
John
their
Deere
convenience. But
John
they don't
Deere
want to
put a
pay for
price
the
on that
service.
equipment.
They don't want to pay for the
John Deere
service.
put a price on that
They
equipment,
don't want to pay
and
for the
they
service,
paid
bro.
the price that John Deere asked for.
No.
They paid the price that John Deere asked for, and they took it home. John Deere
Well, then
has
that
no
means
thing.
your warranty is
They got a
non and
title for
void.
it. It's
Your warranty
the
is non
title
and
is in
void.
their name. That's my name on that title.
Right, your
I
warranty
bought
is
it.
non and void.
What?
Your warranty is non and void.
So what? I don't care. It's my
Okay, so
right.
now
It's
your
my
warranty is
right.
non and void, and you
It's
come
my
in.
right to void that warranty if I want somebody else to fix it.
So
And
if your
they
warranty is
told them
non and
if you let
void,
somebody else work on it, you void the warranty. Fine. I don't care. And that's what those farmers are saying. We don't care
wait a
if
minute.
we do that.
What you saying is the farmers don't care. Then that
They
means
don't
you
care
come in.
about violating the
So
warranty.
that means if
They
you
want to
violated
be
your
able
warranty,
to take their
that means
vehicle
that
and they combine
you're
to
gonna have to
whoever
spend
they want to take
$20,000
it
to get
to
that
and
doggone
fix it.
warranty to get that part fixed,
They have a right
which
to
only
go
costs
to
$5.
wherever they want to get it fixed. If I want to take it to Hong
You
Kong,
broke the
China,
warranty,
I'm
and
supposed to be
then now
take
I
it to
gotta
Hong Kong.
spend
I'm
I
calling
got to
Hong
spend
Kong, China,
$5,
and
but
tell
it's
them
gonna
to
cost you
send me that part.
$5,000 to get this warranty, get this
So
thing
what?
fixed.
I don't care. I
Well, you
don't
got to pay
care.
for it.
I don't
Stop
care.
complaining. Stop
I
complaining,
don't
white
care.
farmer. White
That's
farmer, stop complaining.
my vehicle. But they are telling them that they
I
cannot
don't give
have
a crap.
access to my
I
stuff.
don't give a crap. You
Right.
broke the warranty.
So what? I don't care.
So then don't complain about paying $5,000.
No, they wasn't complaining about paying $5,000. They were complaining about not being able to work on their vehicle that they
No,
bought.
they could take it to wherever they want to take it.
No, they can't. Don't.
Yes, they can.
John Deere said they can't do it because it doesn't belong to them.
I
It
just
belongs to
said
John
that you
Deere.
just said. What did you just say? That they can break the warranty. So they break the warranty.
Right.
That
That's what they've
means,
been doing, breaking the warranty
all right, so they break the
because they don't
warranty.
want to take it to John Deere. That's their right.
If you break the warranty,
That's their
you're
right
gonna
to
have to
do
pay the
that.
price for breaking
That's
the
their
warranty.
right. That's their right to do that because that thing
I ain't
belongs
nobody
to
saying
me.
it's not their right. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, if you break the warranty, and it might only cost $50 to fix that thing,
It ain't gonna cost
and
no
you done
50
broke the warranty,
John
that
Deere.
service is gonna cost you
John Deere already
$5,000.
told them it's gonna cost more than that to get it fixed. It's gonna cost
So
more
you
than that
broke
to
the
get it fixed.
warranty, pay the price.
I'm not. You ain't got to pay the price. I know what most of them.
Well,
some
you
of them
keep going
farmers
to
over
your
there.
secondhand,
Some of them farmers
no
they went
certified,
out and they
no
bought.
certified
They're
person.
buying their parts at eBay. They're buying it from Hong Kong. They're buying it from wherever they can get the part and everything and stuff from, and they hacking into the damn system so they can get it fixed. So they can go in there and figure out what the hell wrong with it, and they can fix it. So if an arm on something that broke, they want to be able to go in there and fix it. Take their tool, climb underneath their tractor, and fix it.
That's the price
That's
of
their
business,
right.
bro.
That's their right.
It's the price of business.
That's their right to do that.
You can't be asking for luxury. You want luxury. You want all the bells and whistles.
Daggone straight. And I paid for it. I
You don't
bought
want
it.
to pay for it.
I bought it. I did. I paid for it.
You don't want to pay for the service.
I don't care about no service. I should be able to take it to whoever I want to take it to. And if I don't want them to service it, I ain't got to take it to them.
And then they mess everything up.
I ain't got to mess everything up because that's mine. If I mess it up, it's mine.
What I'm saying is they mess up all the mechanisms to get it right.
Then that's but I
that's
want
your fault.
To fix my own. So what? I don't care.
So
that's
now you got to buy a new tractor for $300,000.
No, I ain't got to buy another brand new tractor from nobody for no $300,000. I ain't buying another tractor. I'm gonna fix this one. I'm gonna fix this baby.
Because they don't know what to do.
Yes, they do. They know what to do
it.
with it now. They go in there and hack. They hack into that daggone baby and fix it. The neighbor down the street said, I hacked into mine. I got it fixed. So they called him up. Hey, man, come on down here. Bring your laptop here. Hack into my stuff and fix it. Hack into it and fix it. That's what they're doing. I don't blame them. But they should be allowed to do what they want to do. Anyway, final word, Ted. We're over an hour.
Well, I have an issue with our people. Whatever you want to call us, Black, African American, Negro, colored. Sometimes we need to mind our own business. We criticize ourselves more than white folk in public. White folks, they criticize us all the time. They know more about us than we know about ourselves. But they do it behind closed doors. A lot of them are coming out now. But we gossip about ourselves. We put down each other. We do all the things that white folks do, but we do it in public. I might not like what you do or what you say, but I'm not going to put it in public. I might use an example, but I'm not going to name no names because people, this is a free country. People can do what they want to do.
I
And
told
you
you
have the right to
I can do
criticize.
what I want to do. I just
So
told you that I can do
can
what I want to
criticize
do.
me. People can criticize me, but the point is that's the reason why we can't unify because we criticize each other and gossip about each other more than anything, anybody. I'm gonna tell you, I ain't never heard no Asian person. I'm talking about Asiatic people talk about themselves, talk about their prominent people. You know, if Beyonce wear the wrong wig or she make the wrong step or she got a child out there, it's all criticism. If Brianna is not wearing the right clothes or whatever, it's all criticism. Gossip. I don't get it, bro. I mean, is this for clicks or just jealousy or malice or envy or whatever it is? But the reason why we're not where we want to be, most of it is because of us. That's my opinion. It's because of us. We're supposed to uplift each other. You may not like their lifestyle. There was a picture put out on the internet. You ever heard of Eve?
Mm-mm.
You know who Eve is?
Mm-mm.
Eve is a rapper, actress.
You talking about the girl that married that white guy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know.
Multi-millionaire.
Right.
I
Billionaire,
mean,
not
she was
millionaire.
already wealthy. You know, she was already, you know, standing by herself alone and all that. She's doing
He's
her
a
own
billionaire.
thing.
He's not a millionaire. He's a billionaire.
I said, no, he's a millionaire.
He's a
He's not a
billionaire.
billionaire. He's not a billionaire.
He's a
But
billionaire.
anyway, he's a multi-millionaire.
Billionaire.
Yeah, no, he ain't made it to that step.
I got a B. Look at that B.
He ain't got
Go
a
ahead. Go ahead, man. I ain't gonna be. Eve.
All right,
Go ahead.
I'm just saying. But she was wealthy herself already. But they fell in love and got married, and now they got a child. There was a picture on the internet with her and her child with all his family at a dinner table. She got more criticism than a little bit. Being the only black, they was talking about, what was that movie? With the black guy that was with all these white folks and they turned him out. I can't think of what the name of it was. Blackout, I think it was. And they was referencing that. They was afraid that, you know, of her being around all those white people and all of that. The point is, that's her life. Mind your own business. She's happy. You know, some of our famous actresses and actors married another race in the 40s and 50s. They didn't put all their stuff in the street, but they were happy. They married who they fell in love with. We need to stop criticizing our own. That's all I'm saying. We need to stop gossiping about them and mind your own business. You know, it was once said that those people that talk about people, you know, you got people that talk about people, you got people that admire people, you got people that are about business. And a lot of these people are about business, and you just talking about and gossiping people about people. So just stop talking about black people and their progress. It don't make no sense. Putting down your own. Don't make no sense. Constantly. I hear it all the time on the internet. Constantly dogging people out. You don't need no white folks to talk about you. We talk about ourselves more than anybody else. Calling us coons. You got people, that have when you sucking up to people and you doing all the extra stuff, that right there is coonery. But then the point is that when you have people that's living their life and making their life, that's a different story. And Eve has always been doing her thing, always making money, always doing her thing. And I can name 100 more doing their thing. So I don't get it. I don't get it why black people just got to keep on putting down our own. I mean, I'm not a great big fan of Al Sharpton or Jesse Jackson, but they do their thing. They in their own lane. And I say, hey, that's what you've been called to do. That's what you called to do. I ain't gonna put them down though. When they do good stuff, I'm gonna praise them. They do negative stuff, I'm gonna give my opinion about it. And bad stuff will be right out there and it'll be right in the open. But to put people down just for nothing, that don't make no sense. Just because you don't like what you see or what you hear or whatever. That's evil, as far as I'm concerned. That's jealousy. I'm done.
And that, my friends, is Mr. Harvey's soapbox. Good day. Good day.